Hey there. So I'm here today. I want to talk to you about the different ways to generate income. So I'm just really starting to fully wrap my head around this, and I want to make sure I'm doing a really good job of explaining it to everyone so that you guys can also have the same excitement level that I have now that I've really caught on to the way this works. So we all know there's different ways to generate income. So earned income is the first way. Number two is leveraged income. And number three is residual income. So I've heard these terms before. I think I have a pretty good understanding of what they mean, but now I'm actually starting to understand the difference between the three and seeing the compounded interest growing with this residual income model that I'm so excited to share with you guys. So let me just kind of break these down, try to make them as simple as possible. So your earned income is basically your job. You're working somewhere, you're trading your time for your money. For us and our particular industry, we're working as real estate agents. So we're out there, we're showing houses, we're writing contracts, we're working with different buyers and sellers, getting paid at closing. Basically, all the money that we're making is really from earned income. It's taking a lot of time for us to get there. And then we're paying our bills, going out to dinner, enjoying our lifestyle, that type of thing, which of course is important. We want to do all that. So just to give an example, you're selling 10 homes per year, you might be making, $50,000, $60,000 per year. We call that earned income. So that's pretty basic. Everybody should be doing that. If you don't have a job today, you definitely want to go out there and get one. So that's pretty important. But as you're maturing and as you're growing with this, now you want to start looking at items like leveraged income. That's where you're hiring other people and making an override on their time and effort. So even if you just hired an assistant and now all of a sudden it's freeing up hours in your day so that you can go out and make more money and that type of thing, that's considered leveraged income. Another example would be a real estate broker. So you go out and you get your broker's license. Now you hire and recruit a bunch of agents, and then you start making an override on their efforts and their sales. So for this example, I just said you're making a 5% override as a real estate broker for having agents on your team. Of course, in order to do this, it's going to take some time to hire, recruit, train agents to do the same job that you were able to do. So no rocket science here for that. But let's say that you do invest all that time and effort. You have 5 agents that you're now teaching how to make $50,000 a year themselves. You're making that 5% override. You could be making an additional $60,000 per year with leveraged income. So it's also a really fantastic way to make a living. Now, residual income. So I hear a lot of this like cash flow and passive income. I mean, I think they're really popular terms I hear about a lot on YouTube. If you want to become an overnight millionaire, they have a lot of different home-based businesses that you can do that are going to generate this passive income. But residual income, the whole idea is earning passive income ongoing from past actions. So not to say that this is money that's handed to you. I mean, I don't really feel anything in life is that way. So it's efforts that I might take today. So let's say I'm 35 years old. I work really hard to generate this residual income, that I still benefit from it when I'm 60 years old. So like our retirement plan. So an example would be owning rental property. This is the next thing that I did also in my career. I wanted to own some rental property, purchase a home one time, and make a passive income as you have it rented. So a good example for that, you buy a home at $200,000. It does require that $40,000 down payment up front, but now you have a mortgage payment that costs you $1,500 a month. You're charging $2,000 a month to your renter, so you're getting $500 passive income each and every month. So as you can tell, once I own this property, let's say for 20, 30 years, I start to pay it off. Now I own the house outright, and I was able to leverage my residual rental income to make that kind of money. But again, it takes 20 or 30 years. So with the model that we're working with, now that you kind of get an overall understanding of what the 3 ways to generate income, I feel like all of us want to, work our way up to building this residual income. It's definitely a model that we want to work on. So the great thing with EXP, which I'm just starting to, I feel like I'm barely even scratching the surface on making this a reality. We've been in the program for 3 months now. Just kind of, holidays were in December, so just kind of getting our feet wet, just kind of closing some houses, that kind of thing. But just by the little bit of efforts that we're making, let me kind of give you an idea. So there is that tiered recruiting system. So let's say I invite 5 to 10 colleagues. So I know a lot of realtors. I work with a lot of realtors. Even the agents, maybe we've made friends at networking events, or maybe they've been on the other side of a transaction, just somebody that I've met. If I'm able to invite 5 or 10 people to my program, It's about $2,800 per recruit per year. And this is also based on capping agents. So these agents have to sell, a minimum of 5 homes a year. So the people that aren't really selling more than 2 to 3 homes a year, these numbers are going to be a little bit less. You still make money on them, but you're not going to make the full potential amount. So let's, for the sake of this, just focus on people that are actively selling homes, working full time, selling at least 5 homes per year. I know people like that. So if I invite 5 to 10 people, I make an annual fee, $28,000 per year for me doing that by just bringing on, those 10 people that I already know. So that would kind of be almost along the lines of just my earned income or leveraged income. So I did have to work pretty hard to get these to work. But once I've gotten these to work, now let's say I make the extra effort to show those 10 people how to recruit 10 more. So if I can kind of make that as my really big goal, I want to show each one of those 10 that I've joined, my group, we work with every day. We're already helping them buy and sell more real estate. We're already help coach them. What if in addition to that, I was able to also train them how to recruit 10 themselves? So let's say we were able to do that. Once you get down to your tier 2, this is just kind of basic on, $3,200 per recruit. So I brought on Bob brought on Sally. I may or may not have ever even met Sally. So Sally might have came on completely with no efforts from me, except for the efforts I put into Bob to get Sally joined on. So now just by having 10 people join from that, let's say I had 10 of my agents only brought in 1 new agent. So that's not even a 10 by 10 plan. That's just a 10 by 1 plan. So each of my 10 agents brought on 1 person. You can see how this number rapidly goes up. So now we're up to $320,000 per year. Okay, now this is money that's pretty exciting, something that's pretty much a game changer. Not to say $28,000 a year isn't a lot of money, but $320,000, would basically be a really amazing revenue stream to be coming in on an annual basis from efforts I did, a short time ago. Then this number starts to grow. So let's say you're still bringing on 10 people to each one of these levels. So you're training the 10 people you originally brought on, you're training each of them to bring on 1 person. And then you're training the next person to bring on 1 person. So these aren't very aggressive goals. These are kind of small-minded goals, but I want to kind of give you an idea of how quickly all this can jump up. So once you've gotten down to 7 different tiers, so maybe it takes you 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe it takes you 2 years to invest in having each agent you bring on 1 person. So that's a very, very small goal. We're looking at $1.3 million a year in passive income. So sometimes people are looking at these numbers, they go, 28,000 a year or 320, whatever level that they're kind of looking at the time that we present this model. It's not as exciting to them, but what they're missing, the really, really valuable point to all of this is that this is residual income. This is money that you're making from past actions. So you're not continuously having to add on 10 more and 10 more and 10. You're not having to. The only job that you have is bringing on your original 10 and showing each of them how to bring on 1 more person. So if you can maybe spend 2-3 months building that process, now you're going to be paid for the next 20, 30, 40 years. Passive income, residual income that you're not working for is just going to continue to stream in. So the really cool thing, my particular business model, I'm going to continue to work. I mean, I'm a young person. I enjoy working. I like working buyers and sellers. So I can continue to work as a real estate agent, make my income however many homes I sell, make that money every single month. I'm continuing to run my team. So currently I have a team of 10 agents in my office. I'm going to continue to do leveraged income. So as my agents make a sale, I have an override kind of plan built into that. So I'm going to continue to make that money as well. But in addition to it, the money that's actually going to probably far surpass by compounding at a ridiculous rate, by continuing to just do the things that I'm doing, I'm going to start building this residual income. So that's the part that it took me some time to wrap my head around. Or I started to think residual income would be really hard. It's going to take me 10 years, like a retirement plan. If I'm going to put money into a 401k, I'm not going to see that return until I'm 65 years old. This is something that can happen pretty immediately, and it's happening while you're also working your business. So it's kind of money that I say you almost want to forget about. You start putting money aside, and this is going to continue to grow, but continue to grow and compound. So as long as you're reinvesting, so if I join my 10 people, which I have on my team now, if I just spend a little bit more time reinvesting and showing them how to bring on 1 person each, as you can tell, these numbers add up very quickly. So that's at $1.3 million a year, which for me to actually achieve that as a real estate agent, I don't even know how that would happen. As a leveraged agent, even working as a broker, it's such a competitive market. There's so much expense and overhead and insurance involved. I don't know how I could reach that number either by doing leveraged income. But doing this as passive income, in addition to all my other efforts, I can see how this can happen quickly, not in just a short amount of time. So the cool thing that eXp also offers is that you're able to track as your team is expanding and as your sales are increasing, you're able to easily track these transactions. So a big fear for me was, how can I continue to grow? I had my 10 agents. Even if we close 20 to 30 contracts per month, that's a huge deal. I probably have 4 or 5 people in the office for support. We're tracking spreadsheets. I have a CPA. I have a bookkeeper. It's a lot to manage and maintain that level of growth. With the system, I'm literally able to log into one website, and all these numbers are really tracked for me. So I can grow. Let's say I wanted to grow my team to 1,000 virtual real estate agents. I have the same amount of effort, the same amount of time training, the same amount of money that I'm spending with 10 people. I can now just maximize that to 1,000 realtors and then make a piece of each one of those deals, leveraging my time doing the same things I'm already doing. So by leveraging Zoom and these type of online webinars. So really you have to open up your mind and expand it to something that you're not really used to as a standard business model. Not to mention the shares of stock. The residual income has already got me super excited. I'm just starting to really wrap my head around it. I first had, I brought over, I think, 5 agents when I started 3 months ago, mind you. And I also work as a realtor. So I'm not stopping all the other business models I'm doing. I'm still working as a realtor, have my own closings. I'm still working as a broker, training my own team. And 3 months, I've added on this third residual income model. We have about 19 agents, where I had 5 3 months ago. Now we have 19 agents. Not all of them work out of my office. Some of them are working in different areas of the state. So I'm in Bradenton, Florida. I have some agents that are in Lakeland. I have an agent that joined in Tampa. So I'm also expanding just my, small area that I work in now. I just had another gentleman join me from Sarasota, which is close, but it's still outside of my usual market range. So now not only am I able to expand real estate without borders, but I'm also able to not have to put any more effort in to get these people added onto my team. And every time that my agent has now brought on agents, so I have 4 agents on my team out of my, 19 that I have now, but most of them have just joined. 4 of them have already added to their second and third level. So in just 3 short months, I've already trained my team to bring on more people. We're already down to our level. We're at level 3 now, just in those 3 short months. So it happens very rapidly. Not to mention shares of stock. So this is another thing that I really didn't pay a lot of attention to. I do have some in a 401k now. I have an IRA. I do have some stuff, but I kind of learned not to look at it because in my mind, this is a 30-year plan. This is a long-term play. I take some of my earned income or leveraged income and I put it into the stock market to hopefully have some money left over in 20, 30 years that is compounding, that is growing. So now I just started to realize, since I wasn't paying a lot of attention to my shares of stock, I'm actually getting awarded stock just for doing my job. So I'm already going out there recruiting agents. So as soon as I recruit a new agent, I'm getting these stock awards. As you see this, I just got these emails. Stock award, by the way, you just got an incentive stock award from doing your job. So every time I recruit a new agent, I get stock. Every time that agent makes their first sale, I get shares of stock. Every time my recruits cap, I get shares of stock. And when they invite their first recruit, I get more shares of stock. So you see how this is kind of working. As you're building the same business model, this is just kind of growing in the back end. It's just kind of coming on. So I wanted to share my screenshot. This is in, again, 3 months of me not really putting all my efforts towards it. I would say my main goal was working on my earned income, working with buyers and sellers, working my leveraged income, coaching, training my team is kind of my second focus. This has kind of been on really the back burner, and it's grown like crazy. So every time that I sell a house, 5% of my commissions go into stock, and I'm getting that at a 10% discount right off the bat. So that's building. I'm watching this grow slowly on the side while I'm continuing to just help people buy, sell homes. So in just 3 months, I think my first month I had, maybe $250 in there. By my second month, I was already up to like 1,500 shares of stock. By my third month, I'm at over $6,000 shares of stock. And this is something I'm not even working. That's what I mean. Now that I'm starting to really grasp how big this can get, and understanding this compounded interest and the power of this, I'm going to be putting a lot more effort towards this now. So I'm going to actively go out there and recruit and hire and train my team and show them how to recruit and hire their own teams, because I'm just getting awarded the stock for really not doing anything other than what I'd normally be doing anyhow. So like I said, that has already grown to $6,000, which to me is just completely shocking that it's growing that quickly. So just want to show you guys this. Like I said, I'm super excited about it. I'm still kind of shocked that it's happened so fast. And just to give you an update on what's happened in my 3 months being with EXP, I can't even imagine where we're going to be a year from now. So it's super exciting. You can do the same thing that I'm doing. I wanted to really inspire people to take the time to take a look at this. I don't think there's anything like it that I've ever seen before. So very, very exciting stuff. I hope to give 3 more months of kicking butt, and I'm going to do another video so you guys can see how well we're doing, but super exciting stuff. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got tons and tons of value from that. So we're creating new videos every single day with real estate information and really relevant content that we know is going to help you in your real estate business. So please make sure to subscribe below and also click the bell button so that you're notified every single time that we have a new video that we share. Thanks, guys.